everybody, welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. We've got our appointment made for the dually to go in for its safety inspection. That's a couple of days for now. So in the meantime, I'm going to get picking away at some of the outside, the exterior stuff, cleaning up and details and little things like that. The very first job is I'm going to get my jug of acetone out and get this goo off of here from where it had those Dodge letters stuck on it. I just go nice and slow, and it comes off without making a mess of the paint. You just work nice and slow with I soak the acetone into a terry cloth and rub it, and it slowly starts melting the stuff. Don't worry about all this crap left behind. That's not the paint melting, it's the glue. And once we've got it all off the hood, then we'll get this area washed down, and then we'll give it a nice buff and finish it all up. All gone. Now I'm going to buff up this fender. And a lot of the fallout from taking that guck off fell down and landed on the fender. So we're going to get out our stuff and give this a buff. Then we'll have a go at the hood. All right, we're using the 3 steps of Mother's system on this. So we're doing step 1, the polish. And that's all I'm going to do for now because I've got all kinds of paint touch-ups and stuff to do on it, and I don't want to get wax on it. But even with just the polish, it's looking pretty spiffy, I'd have to say. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my my one-step wax and do all the door jambs. Now, very important, I got to stick my my T for temporary sticker on my front plate. That makes us legal on the road for 10 days, which is more than enough time to, it's 2 days from now when it goes down for safety inspection. And then we'll, once we've got that done, then we got to go back and get a normal registration for it. And as long as we're putting stickers on, I had these two, I got them right from Ramsey, new old stock for the winch. Now I'm going to put the WeatherTech mats in it, get the Husky mats out. Let's see how they fit. Yeah, that's good. And then I put the Mopar slush mats inside them. First thing I'm going to do at the back here is give the rails for the 5th wheel a splash of black paint. Freshen them up a little bit. Now I'm going to take it outside, get my spray 9 and my little brush. There's still a lot of rust-proof guck on the bottom of the body here. We'll get that all cleaned off. That's better. Nice and spick and span. Shiny, nice white paint. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. And that's this side done. And I'm going to tell you, up here in the Rust Belt, nothing will make another man more jealous of your truck than pinch welds that look like that. Here's the next thing to deal with. Our 5th wheel is in good shape and the paint on it is even pretty good. I'm not going to go ahead and paint this, but Reese on this generation of 5th wheels used these terrible foil decals that just, well, you can see what happens to them. And I don't really feel like scraping that all off. So I have a solution. Here's another thing. Look at the decals they use. They printed everything on here. So the part number of the hitch, the max weight of the hitch, and the date of manufacture, they printed it on, and it's all gone. Absolutely ridiculous. But what are you going to do? I cannot even find a manual for this hitch online because I can't figure out what model it is. Silly. Anyway. Here's our solution for this. A piece of fire truck plate. We're just going to rivet that on over top of that, and that'll hide that and look snazzy all at the same time. There, that looks better. Now I'm going to test fit these things. They're not going to live in the back of the truck. They can stay in the shed, except for when I need them. But for now, they're going to go in there. The gooseneck, I'm going to just sit it on the rails and make sure it fits, because we had the rails out and the box off, right? And then I'll just for now stick it up under the toolbox, and once we're all set, we'll put the two of them away. The gooseneck fits right in, that's good. So now I'm going to get I think I got a little thing it can sit on while it's not installed, so its little feet don't gouge into the Line-X. Alrighty, now let's get this thing in there. And I'm going to pin it in so it, I don't want it coming through the back window if I jam on the brakes. So that went in nicely. We've got all our pins in. So there's 8 pins that hold this thing together. There's 4 that hold the frame to the rails. There's 2, you can see under there, that hold the cross piece to the frame. And then there's these 2 under here, which hold the top of it onto there. And that's what lets it articulate every which way. That was a nice 5th wheel. Probably cost a few bucks back in the day. All right, now we're going to get this all closed up, and we'll work on the tailgate. Well, we got the old steamer boiling away here. Let's see if we can get this crap off. I got all that stuff up. Now what I got to do is get my acetone out and see if I can get this glue off of the handle. If not, I'll just grab another handle at the boneyard. That's easy. In fact, I probably have one in stock because I did have a junk tailgate at one time. So anyway, let me try it. It's still easiest just to clean this one. All right, our acetone took all the adhesive off. You can kind of see a little ghosting of the lettering on the tailgate. So I'm going to get on there with some compound now and see if I can make that disappear. That's better. That's much better. Now, what we'll have to do, there's going to be a whole nother operation, which is going to be paint repairs. I've got all kinds of little stuff like this where we're going to be doing little touch-ups and little blow-ins here and there. I really don't want to paint the truck. So we're going to just fix up the paint as good as we can, and that'll be good enough. But that's for another day. Right now, I got to back it in a little further, and I need to see if I can get this fender flare fitting a little bit better. The other 3 are good, but this one is giving me a little grief, so we're going to have a look at that. Man, I am getting nowhere figuring out how to work this radio, but we'll get there. Anyway, right now we're going to go down to Claremont. I got to drop off a package at the post office. I'll let you know how we made out. Well, I gave up on the navigation radio. I've got the original one back in here. The radio works, the tape player works, the CD player works. It's all good. The only thing I have to figure out is when it's on, when I've got the ignition on accessory, the display doesn't light up. If I put it to ignition on, I get my display. So I don't think that's anything wrong with the radio. I think there's something wrong here. I mean, the key is loose and everything. You got to kind of jiggle it around like it just, it's not, I kind of think the ignition switch there is Kaputski, and maybe the key switch. We'll have to have a look at that. Well, I'm just giving her a little going over for its big adventure tomorrow, and everything seems good. The fluids are all up. I don't see anything loose or falling off. I was having a problem when I was out driving it today. This right rear wheel, I can hear the brake rotor contacting the backing plate, and what it is, it's the back of the brake rotor. It's got like between the brake rotor and the backing plate, it kind of forms like a labyrinth seal to keep the elements out of the parking brake assemblies. So it's touching there. But I did notice that the more I drove, the quieter it got. So it's basically it's going to make its own clearance, and it's well on the road to doing that. But I tell you what, she's looking good. We got these at the boneyard, and I got them cleaned up, and I put this one on. It looks really good. So now we're going to pop the one on the other side. The ones for the back doors, they're a little bit more messy. I might try and find a better pair, but for now we'll at least get the front ones on. Yeah, that just cleans it up, doesn't it? Well, we made it through our safety inspection, and went up to the license plate joint and got it properly licensed, registered, all that stuff. So it is now no longer running on a temporary sticker. It is on the road for real. I can't wait to see it after the alignment when I get the chrome simulators back on the wheels. It's going to look really, really sharp. So those are the next steps. I need to make an appointment at the dealership and get the airbag recall done, because technically these trucks are on a do not drive order directly from Chrysler. They say the only driving you should be doing is straight to the dealership to get your airbag fixed with no passenger in the right side seat. So we're going to have to abide by that. I want to get the alignment done at the same time while it's up there at the dealer. But before I do that, I want to rebush the track bar. I have already rebushed it once with stock style bushings, and I was under there screwing around, and I cannot believe how much deflection there is in the stock bushing. So I ordered some energy suspension polyurethane ones. We're going to stick those in there and hope that'll take some of that deflection away. I don't want to go all the way to a custom track bar with rod ends and stuff in it. I just want to tighten it up a little bit, so that should do. But anyway, I guess that's it for that. Beautiful. Well, here we are, man. We are on the road. I can't believe it. It's taken so long. I want to throw a shout out to my friend Ryan at Babin's Automotive Service in Whitby. He managed to squeeze this thing in his shop to do the inspection on it. This is not like some little car. You can't just say, yeah, bring it right now, buddy. We'll stick it in a corner somewhere. You gotta plan ahead to get a monster like this in your shop, and that all went pretty well. He's a good guy. I've known him for years. Anyway, in upcoming videos, so we have to deal with the track bar. We have to change this seat belt here. I also want to run an antenna wire out and get this thing rigged up for XM radio, because I've got my little portable unit. I just move it around between all the cars, so I might as well have this one rigged up. I mean, I pay $15 a month to listen to it. It doesn't do me any good sitting in a car that I'm not driving or whatever. So we'll get that done. I've got to deal with, over here on the post, I've got a pyro gauge for the exhaust temperature, and the sending unit is bad. So I want to get that sorted out. The CB antenna that's on it, I don't like it. Cobra makes a little bit shorter one that's got pretty good reviews, so I'm going to get one of those, put that on, and then we need to start working the paint. I've got a jug of Iron-X coming to deal with the rail dust, and I'm hoping that will clean up the rear dually hubcaps too, because they're a little messy looking, and I got a feeling there's a lot of rail dust on them. Time will tell. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Hope you'll come back to see us again. And until then, this is Kevin saying so long from the Claremont Classic Garage.